Hi guys, in this tutorial I'll be teaching you about contouring. So contouring is used to remove excess from your pattern so that garments can fit a bit better on your body. So in front of me here I have the equipment that I'll be using today. So before I get started, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe so that you can instantly know when a new tutorial is out so that you don't miss out. So let's get started. In contouring, there are 6 guidelines used on the front bodice, with each one having a specific use. So as we go along, I'll be explaining what each of these guidelines do. So you will need your front dart legs to be positioned like this, with them redrawn from the bust point. The first thing you will need to do is open a compass to the length of your bust radius. So your bust radius is measured from your bust point or your nipples down to the bottom of your bust. So next I'm just going to place the point of the compass on the bust point, and I'm just going to draw a circle all the way around like this. So your circle might be bigger than this, it might be smaller than this, it doesn't matter, it just depends on the size of your bust. So as you can see, my circle actually extends outside the line of my bodice, but this is okay. So if yours does do this, then it doesn't matter, it's completely fine. So the first guideline combats a gaping neck hole. So if, for example, you lower the neckline, you might find that there's some excess fabric there which causes it to gape. To remove this excess, draw a line from about the centre of the neck hole to the bust point. Then to the right of it, measure a mark about 1/4 inch on the circle, and then draw lines from the neck hole and the bust point to that point on the circle. The second guideline deals with gaping on the armhole. So similarly, draw a line from the end of the shoulder to the bust point. Then on the right side of the line, measure and mark 1/2 inch on the circle. Draw lines from the shoulder and the bust point to the point on the circle. The third guideline helps with reduced armholes and strapless bodices. So approximately where the armhole curves outwards, mark and then draw a line from there to the bust point, and then measure about 1/4 inch from that point and then connect it to the bust point. So I actually used the 4th guideline in my strapless bodice tutorial, and this guideline allows the garment to curve underneath the bust a lot more naturally. So on each dart leg, measure and mark 1/2 inch on the circle, then draw lines from those points to the bust point and to the bottom of the dart legs. A lot of the measurements drawn on the circle is down to preference. On the dart legs I prefer marking 1/2 inch, but this might be too much or too little for you, so be open to experimenting with different lengths. The 5th guideline is for contouring between the busts. So draw a line from the bust point at 90 degrees to the centre front. On either side of the line on the centre front, mark 1/2 inch and then join them to the bust point. You should then have something that looks like this. The last guideline is used to reduce excess above the busts, especially in strapless garments. So draw a line from the middle of the shoulder down to the bust point. On either side of the line on the circle, measure and mark 1/4 inch and draw down to the bust point. For this tutorial I chose that measurement, but I usually like using 1 inch because I feel it gives better curvature around the upper bust. To reduce excess at the side seam, measure in 1/2 inch from the bottom of the armhole and connect to the bottom corner of the bodice. To remove excess from the shoulder, measure down 1/8 inch from the middle and draw lines from each end of the shoulder to the point. To reduce excess on the back when creating strapless garments, draw your horizontal balance line. I usually choose 3 inches down from the top. From the centre of the dart, draw a line up to your horizontal balance line and then redraw your dart legs from there. This will be your 7th guideline. To see how to use this guideline, please refer to my strapless bodice tutorial. For side seam excess, measure in 1/2 inch at the bottom of the armhole and draw down to the corner of the back bodice. For shoulder excess, measure down 1/8 inch at each shoulder dart and redraw to the end of the shoulder. I am now going to show you how to use contouring. From the top of my head, I created a random pattern with lines crossing different guidelines. I created a V-neck which crosses guideline 1. I've reduced the shoulder length and lowered the armholes so that they cross guidelines 2 and 3. I cut out the outline but left in the guidelines to show you what to do. Where your new pattern crosses a guideline, you will need to cut out the sections in between, then close it. So cut to but not through the bust point, like I accidentally did. Do this for all the guidelines where your pattern crosses. Blend in all the bits that don't join up properly by placing another piece of paper underneath. And then cut out your final pattern piece. Once contoured and cut out, your pattern piece would look like this. So what we've essentially done is we've reduced the gaping at the neck hole and the armhole that would have been caused by the adjustments we made. With guidelines 4, we've also made the garment contour around the lower bust a lot more naturally. So thank you for watching, and I hope you found this video useful. If you did like it, then please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. So I will see you all next time. Bye!